Activetrack is one of the three intelligent flight modes of the DJI 2S, grouped under the name of Focus Track. I already made specific videos about the two other modes, Spotlights and Point of Interest. You will find a link at the end of this one and in the description below. Activetrack is a very popular mode, and in this video I will show you how to use it for following moving elements, like cars, bicycle, sport, action, and so on. Let me know in the comment if you are interested in a specific video about follow me situations when driving, cycling, walking, even without using the remote controller, with the drone following autonomously. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. The interface of Focus Track is much simpler to use and faster to operate compared to previous models of the Mavic line. We access it by simply drawing a rectangle about our target. A square will appear around the target, and we will see three icons at the bottom of the screen to access the three modes: Activetrack, Spotlight and Point of Interest. By default the drone will be in Spotlight mode, but after a few seconds we can then choose one of the two other modes. If we tap on the icon on the left to choose Activetrack, we are presented with a choice between Trace and Parallel. I will show you later on how they work. After choosing, we simply tap on Go and we are ready to start. But by using this method it is hard to select subjects that are already in motion, especially if they're not very large. There is a better way. Go to the settings by tapping on the three dots on the top right of the screen. Then on the Control tab enable Subject Scanning. Now the drone will recognize persons, cars, bicycles, boats, and will put a plus sign around them, even if they're in motion. Just tap on the sign to select them as a target. The three flight modes of Focus Track are available in a resolution up to 4K and a frame rate up to 30 frames per second. This is a pity, as it would be very useful to use proper slow motion when tracking sport events. In this case I did slow down the footage in post, but since it was shot at 24 frames per second, there is a big loss in quality, as there are not enough frames and the software has to somehow extrapolate to create new ones. Unlike the Mavic 2 Pro, the Air 2S is not equipped with omnidirectional obstacle detection, as it lacks the side sensors. But compared to the Mavic Air 2, the Air 2X has an extra upward sensor which is slightly pointing sideways and could somehow help with lateral obstacles. When tracking sport or action from close distance with the Air 2S, I don't feel quite as safe as with the Mavic 2 Pro, especially when moving sideways or circling. But so far, in several occasions, the drone did an excellent job in stopping before obstacle or finding its way around them. So far I haven't had any crashes, in spite of several risky tracking trips. What about you? Have you experienced any close encounters or crashes? Tell us the story in the comment below. Luckily the Focus Track modes are compatible with the excellent zoom capabilities of the Air 2S. Therefore it is possible to fly higher than the surrounding obstacle and remain relatively close to the action. Just remember that the zoom tools are available only in normal mode, but not in D-Log or HLG. Tracking and obstacle detection is an area where DJI models have to catch up with the excellent capabilities of a competitor, the Skydio 2. The Air 2S has an improved system for recognizing obstacles and finding its way around them, called APAS-40. I will analyze it soon in depth in an upcoming video. All three focus track modes can follow moving targets, but the two that are used the most for tracking are Activetrack and Spotlight. There are some slight differences in the way they work. When using Spotlight, the drone will hover in a static position while keeping the target in the middle of the frame. By using the two sticks of the remote control, we can get closer and farther away from the target. We can move in all directions, with the target still locked in the center of the frame. In Activetrack, as mentioned before, there are two modes available. When choosing trace, the drone will maintain a constant distance from the target. We can still move upwards, downwards or sideways, but we cannot get closer or farther away from the target. It is also possible to have the drone facing an advancing target. In this case, the aircraft will move backwards, maintaining the same distance. If we choose parallel, it will track the target from a side, although not exactly a 90 degree, but slightly behind it, possibly to increase the ability of the top sensor to detect obstacles. While Spotlight leaves plenty of options for maneuvering the drone while tracking, Activetrack is the only mode able to track a target autonomously. In other words, it can be used without the use of the remote controller. It is therefore the method to use when driving, cycling, or walking without a controller. We can clearly see the shadow of the drone following this distinguished gentleman, even though he is not using the remote controller. When an obstacle is between the aircraft and the target, the algorithm tries to anticipate the direction of the target, and on many occasions he manages to find it once the obstacle has disappeared from the frame. I find this function has improved compared to previous models. Click on these links to watch my other videos about focus track. Don't forget to hit the like button and to subscribe to my channel if you like this video. See you soon!